Okay, welcome to Fine Art Made Easy, Lesson 3, Part 4. Okay, let's look at the picture again. So in this lesson we're going to paint the sphere. So in Part 3 you made the mixes, and this one we're going to actually paint it. So we're going to look at it again in the colour, and it's probably useful to look in the black and white again. It's easier to see the values. Okay, and also see the highlights in the very dark, and also the reflected light on the left bottom side. Okay, now let's look at the mixes that we made in Part 3. Yeah, so you've got the very dark. So on the left hand side we've got the very dark shaded area. It doesn't look dark, but it is. Then next to that we got like the local colour, like the colour that it actually is. And the next two are like orangey reddish but lighter. We put the orange in it to keep the hue going. And then finally we've got the highlights. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to paint this, well, the first layer of the sphere. Okay, so let's just start from left to right, just get the dark done. Okay, so it's always a bit of liquid. No, I don't think this is dark enough, but we'll see. Oh no, that's pretty dark. I'm going to paint like this. It's a bit too much there. Okay, that's definitely. Okay. So the problem you have is with the shape. You can see the picture is not perfectly round. It's a bit off here, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's just get the paint down, and then we can work it. It's dark enough, I think. Because here, there'll be reflected light, which I'm going to talk about in further lessons. So reflected light is very important. The light is coming here, it's hitting the base and is bouncing up, bouncing off the foreground and hitting this. So it's always lighter when you do this. Okay. So clean my brush as always. Let's do some of the main colours, how it's going to look. It may look, yeah, could be a bit lighter, but okay, so first layer I'm not going to worry too much. It's a bit, it needs to be lighter, or that needs to be darker. One of the two, we're not going to wait too much. Okay, let's. on the canvas. But that's about right. Pinky oranges, yeah, it just goes off. That's, yeah. Let's give it that. The whole thing. Okay, so we've got a bit watery in it. It's no good. That's too much liquid. That happens. It does make the paint go any more easily, but it's a bit watering. That's a problem. So don't use too much liquid. You need a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go over that again, thicken it up, because we're using cadmium red here and cadmium yellow, so it's nice, and those are opaque colours, so they do go on nicely. So just gone a bit watery there. Okay, I'm not worried about that one too much. It's only the first layer. All right, it's a bit darker down here. All right, let's go to the local colour. It's a bit darker than that, actually. Okay, so it's more about getting the paint down at the moment. I think that's not bad. Okay. Yes, that's not bad now. Slightly, it's a bit lighter, so but it's not so light. It's just light compared to the shade. So what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some of this in here. It may look too bright. We'll have a look. We'll see how it looks. So I'm going to use a smaller brush for one thing. So that maybe a bit too light. I don't know. That's a bit light. because it doesn't matter about going over the edges, you're going to paint the background and foreground again, so it makes no difference. Okay. So it's definitely too light, of course, that's way too light. So too dark. See, just around here, there's actually a bit of lighter colour around here. I'm not going to worry about that now. Okay, let's try and get some of the. Okay, so that's too dark there. That's right. That's about right. But when you get here, that should be more blended. So use a bigger brush and let's just try and blend some of this into here. I want to blend it out. See if this works. It doesn't have to be perfect and do another layer, so okay, let's try and get it, kill that a bit. And that actually goes there, that's too much. So let's get rid of some of that. Okay, that's better. Okay, this bit's a bit awkward, but that's it. That should be dark and it should be lighter. Okay, let's just better, because that's just too dark. Oh, okay, now it's a cover more because that's very watery now, so I'm going to have to thicken that up a bit because it just. Let's see if I can thicken that up a bit. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Not too much liquid, but you can add more liquid but a lot more paint. Okay, that's better. Okay, even at this very quick, I've only been working at it, what, 13 minutes I've got here, already working it in. Now when you do it, don't rush like me. I can paint a little bit more quickly. I remember when I was learning, I would paint really slowly, and that's exactly how you should be. Don't try and copy the teacher. Copy what I'm painting, but just don't copy my speed is what I mean. Definitely don't do that. Okay, there you go, there you go. Just, even at this stage, we can see, quick at the first layer, we can start to see some kind of three-dimensionality of it, and don't try to strain yourself trying to get it perfect, because you're not going to get it perfect, and there's no need. There's going to be another layer on it. You know, I'm like, I always do extra layers. Right. Okay. You know what? Okay. That's pretty. That is just too dark. Okay. So what I'm going to do. That's actually a little bit too hard. I'll work on this bit. This is the difficult bit. Right. So I want some of the local colour and the pinky colour just to kill a bit of this, just to kill it a bit. So a bit too much. There you go. That's okay. Too bad. Too bad. Go all the way around, see how it works. Not bad, not bad. Should be a bit darker there, so I've gone a bit too much there. the difficulty. All right, there, that is. All right, I'm going to blend that in as well. Watch you. Use your blending brush to get this one in, because that'll be too much. Okay, that one is too much there. Oop, too much. Local color, that's better. Just bring that back, because it goes dark right up to about there. I'll leave that. Should be lighter. It's all about playing with it. Once the paint's down, it doesn't really matter. Just you gotta play with it. Oops, a bit of dirt there. Get rid of that. God, okay, that's better. Let's come back again. Right, not bad, not bad. Okay, I'm going to blend this one in a bit more. It just looks it's a bit too dark. Get rid of that. It's a bit too dark, I think. It's a bit better. Not bad, but that's what I like. A lot of this is like starting and stopping and starting and stopping and just looking at. Okay, no, that's about right. This would, okay, this in fact is too dark. As you look at it, it didn't look dark enough, and now it looks too dark. It's amazing that it changes as you paint. Right, that's clearly that's too dark around there. Okay, that's okay. Well, this is what we're going to do now is to touch that one too much. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to do the highlights, I'm going to blend it in, and I'm going to leave it like that. The shape is basically like that. It's basically right. Now I'm going to do a highlight, or certainly a lighter one. So I'm going to use this lighter one here, which is kind of a pinky colour. It's about right. Let's just see how that works. Okay, it doesn't have to be like the photo, nothing like that. Of course not. There's another one there. See straight, it makes quite a difference there. Obviously the photo I took of this ball is about this big. It's very, very small. So it looks bigger. I've obviously made it larger for the photo, but the actual ball was about this size in real life. And if you look closely, especially at the photo, you can see there's grooves. That's just the wood. I'm not going to paint that. That's completely unnecessary. We'll just make it look smooth. Okay, now we'll just do that there, and then what we'll do, is it's a bit more than that. I think that is fine for those. I'm just get the blending brush now. Okay, so as always, it doesn't matter if any mistakes come out. We're going to go over it again. We're going to go over the background again, so it doesn't matter. It's just what I'm trying to do here is push some of this local colour into the darker colour. Okay, that's one thing I have to work on. That's actually bugging. That's a bit too. It should be more like. Make it reddish. Oh. Some of the local colour. That's it. Better, yeah. Okay, that's a bit better. So let's see if I can just. Okay, I'll leave it like that. It's a bit of a reflected light there. You can definitely see it. Okay, right. Okay, so, okay. Now, the more I'm doing this, the more I can actually see where I'm getting it wrong. So let's use the local colour. All right, that's better. Should be lower down. Okay, that's definitely, I think. So can we tell? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to do too much with this. I can leave it there. Right. So let's just. Okay, I'm going to leave it there.